Hi, all of us need to do understand. So how we can do the descriptive statistics? There are many types. There are softwares like R, Python, and all. But we do have a Excel option, and why not to use the Excel option? Why to dependent on this costly software for the analysis of the data? So let us see how we can do it through the our Excel, Microsoft Excel. So for the Excel, if you see, do you have the data analysis? If you do not have the data analysis, do not wonder. How will you do? How will you get this data analysis as an add-on? So this data analysis you can find in the data only, not in page layout or not in insert. You will find in the data only. And if you are not getting what you need to do, go to the data and go to the options. Then click on the add-ins. Click on the add-ins and click on the go. So once you click on the go, then you will find these are the options. You click on those options and you after clicking those options then you put OK. So automatically you will get the data analysis and in your add-in software. So now once you get the data analysis, how you can do the analysis of this of any data. Let me give an example how we can go about the data analysis of a data. So to do the analysis, I want to do the analysis of the data set, the score of the aptitude test. I got some data set. These are the corrected answer in the data set. So I can select this data. I can select the data. I want to see the output somewhere. I can put click here and I can see the output here. And can you see here? You can see the mean, standard error, the median, the mode, standard deviation, sample variance, kurtosis, skewness, range, minimum, maximum, sum and count. So this is the way you can which to find out the mean you have to do average and to find out the standard deviation you have to do the variance, the standard deviation you have to do standard deviation of population or standard deviation of the sample. Then you have to choose the data. So instead of doing all individually, the variance you want to choose the variance, you can take population or sample variance, but instead of doing individually in the descriptive statistics at a time, you can got you can get the summary result of all the data set instantly. So this is the way. Then now we want to check, we want to find out the correlation among the data set. Now let me take the two data set. Let me check this data. So I want to find out the correlation. So I want to find out the correlation among the unemployment rate in a country. And so there are different countries, their unemployment rate, percentage spent on the education, how much money they are spending on education, then how much computer sales. I want to check this data set correlation. Compute sales per capita, computer sales are given, then their gross national product is given, unemployment rate is given, percentage spent on education in terms of money is given. Now I want to check how much there is a correlation between these two data sets. So the correlation between the unemployment rate and the percentage spent on the uh, education. Let me take this data. I have to clear the past data. Then I want to see the. So let me go to the my computer data. So this is the computer's data. This data set I want to choose unemployment rate. So once you choose this unemployment rate, you want to find out somewhere, you can click, then you can find out this is the correlate. Oh, so this I do not want this result. I want the correlation. So I want the correlation. So to find out the correlation of this data, what I have to do, data analysis. You go to the correlation, the data. Then you want to choose the data for that. So so now you can choose this two data set. Now you can put this label at the first, the output range you want to first, the analysis here you want to find. This is the way you can see the correlation. Now you want to see the correlation among all this data set. So you can, what you can do, go data analysis, go to the correlation. Now you can click on this. Now you can click on, once you click on this, you want to find out the data correlation among all these four variables. This is the way you can see the correlation among all the variables. Can you see the correlation of the sales per capita with the GNP, with the unemployment, with the percentage sale? Like this, you can see the correlation matrix. Now you want to do the regression. You want to do the regression of this data set. So data set as the dependent, how much sales is happening in term of per capita of the computers with respect to the employment rate and your all. Suppose I want to do a simple regression. So to do simple regression, I have to go, yeah, to do the simple regression I have to take the data set. This is the data set I want to take the simple, and for the next the dependent x. So x is always independent and y is always dependent. So I can take this the data set. So x become my independent variable, that the GNP of the and the per capita sales. Per capita sales is my dependent. How much it is dependent on the GNP. So then I put label and then I put the output range. I can click on the output. Oh, so I got. So once I got the output range, I can click on the output here. I want to see the result. So then it will give the result. Can you see the summary statistics, the R square value, and can you see the, let me put here the R square. Then I want to put, I want to see the regression equation. So this is the intercept and this is the GNP. This, so this become the intercept. This become my the beta coefficient. Now if I want to check this multiple correlation, to the multiple correlation, let me clean this screen and let me do it here. So for multiple correlation data, the regression here, the dependent is this y, the sales per capita. Then I want to find out the all the this independent. So I can take this. So this is a way I can go about. Then I want to find out the regression here, the regression result. Then I can just see all the regression result, intercept in their beta coefficients. Then the R square I am getting, the R square is improved because of this additional variables. So this is the way I can find out all these multiple regression. Now you want to choose a sample set from the data set. Suppose I want to choose a sample set from the data. I want to choose, suppose from this audited time there are 20 data. Can you see? From that I want to choose the 5 data as a sample. So how I will choose the sample? So to the choose the sample, go to the data and go to the, here can you see here the sampling? So sampling, and from this 20 data I want to choose. So let me put this input data range. So input data range, then the labeling, then the sampling, random sampling method. I want to choose the different samples five different samples, and I want to choose get the output in this point in this cell. So this is the way I am getting the 5 samples. These are sample of the audited. So similarly the sample of the audit time. Similarly, you can take sample from any set of data and you can experiment the sampling process for any kind of for the count and all. So for this data set, you want to have from this 50, you want to have a sample of 10. So let me take this data here from the 50 data. Uh, from this 50 data, let me choose this sample uh, from the 50 data. Yeah, from this 50 data I want a sample random sampling. I want 10 samples. So 10 samples I want to display these 10 samples. I want to store and display the 10 samples here. So it will show me the all these 10 samples. So this is the sample of the corrected answers. So this is the way you can choose a sample and you can do. So thank you. Thanks for watching.